Peace, peace, beautiful soul. Supreme rising. Supreme rising. Wow. I have been having some amazing dreams. Some beautiful dreams that, although cannot be articulated, but I'm awakened from them just feeling this renewed sense of energy. Peace, peace, everyone, peace. I wanted to give you guys something to think about this rising in terms of what the new world order looks like, right? And the new earth looks like. Supreme rising, beautiful souls. I just wanted to give a different perspective than the one or than the energy that we have been introduced to in terms of what the new world order looks like. To me, for me, the new world order is the synergy. The synergy between all things that we are divinely connected to, that restores our free being and the free energy that has always been present for us to be connected to move into our optimum aspect of being. That is the new world order. It's the synergies. All that we have been disconnected from, we will now be synergized and connected to. The synergies. And I truly believe that if we were to focus on the synergies, the unity. And the reason why I'm using the word synergy, because unity, we know what unity looks like. We know what it sounds like, but it has been devalued. It has been devalued to a point where it may appear that it's difficult for it to commence in our waking experience. But synergy of our energies, that is a different energy. Understanding of what synergy is. The true synergy that needs to take place is that of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That is the true synergy of all synergies. The most powerful connection on this plane. So when we start looking at our food as synergy, when we start looking at the divine masculine and the divine feminine as synergy, when we start understanding what free energy looks like without having to, pay for anything monetarily that takes us away from the connection that we have to it. Everything has been altered and distorted by the deception. But when we start to understand who we are, what we are, why we are, by simply just being in the real aspect of our truth, energetically, vibrationally, and in frequency, it is the synergies and the connections that we have to all things that connect and make each aspect of that connection great. I oftentimes tell you all that you all are divine beings. You are beautiful souls. You are powerful beyond understanding, beyond measures. You're infinite in nature. And the connection to the things that are around us makes us great, makes the trees great, makes the atmosphere great, makes the divine masculine and the divine feminine great, beautiful. It wasn't just about consumption and the eating of food when we decided to eat food. It was about the connection, the beautiful connection that we had with the fruits and that we had with the vegetables. It wasn't about the consumption of eating flesh or eating the meat of animals. It was about the synergy and the connection that we had with them. The synergy that is a part of the oneness. We exchange that energy for currency to live in space. Yes, that was an alternate state of being. They made that synergy external by creating this aspect. This is why they had to name it energetically currency. They could have named it anything else, but they named it currency because they understood the metaphysical properties and the connection that it had to have to us in order for it to work and in order for it to facilitate. This thing is far much more grander than what we know, but we need to remember how grand it truly is. Has always been the esoteric aspect of our being. The witchcraft that they call witchcraft is you. The evil that they call is you. The negative that they call is you. It has always been you, and until we understand and grasp that the truth of who we are by indoctrination it's not pretty, because it was done by design and built by design to keep us away from ourselves. Because the true knowledge of who we are is very, 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 very powerful, because you have always been the power. Being a being in this position and in this energy, it is very difficult for me to see when the connections of myself, like yourself, is still facilitating and operating in an illusion that is detrimental to your being. It really truly hurts my soul, because I understand at a much deeper level how that affects you, but not also how it affects us as a whole. And sometimes it's hard, when we have been living a lie for so long, because it is a lie. This is not the truth of us. This is a truth that we have decided to accept because we know not of ourselves. And until we understand that the synergies have to reconnect for the true new world order, because the new world order that they're trying to facilitate off of the energies and the frequencies that are here is still patriotic in nature. And until the restoration of the divine feminine is put in synchronicity and in balance and in synergy with all that is and respected, because it is the primordial frequency, that everything will continue to fail. What we are experiencing now is that primordial energy, is that divine frequency that is here now, that is creating a correction and a restoration. The whole world is a man-made God. If we look at an aerial vision of these cities and buildings, they're made to look like a computer grid. And that is the esoteric connection of who we are, because they understood that in order to facilitate an external aspect at this capacity and at this level, they had to make it look and resemble who we are, the artificial aspect. So when you hear about the carbon copy, it is very true. Everything around you is a carbon copy of who we are, energetically, vibrationally, and in frequency. And it's only for the fact that we never saw ourselves as such, and the things that we saw in the material, we did not see ourselves in it. We saw it as an external value, a separation from it. But it has always been a carbon copy of who we are. So everything has been mapped off of you, off of our being, everything. And in the process of doing so, they had us to believe, to think external from it, disconnect from it, so that the control and the manipulation could ensue and maintain. We have to start learning inwardly from ourselves and remembering. Understand it from a perspective that they dismembered you. And now as Osiris, as it's said to remember, put back together, remember. Remember. It's there. The synergy, the connections that we have to everything, the synergetic aspect of our being in divinity and the connection that serves as a beautiful expression in the connection to all things that are of you and to all things that are you. The oneness, the divinity is the synergy. To see the reflection of others in yourself is the synergy. To have the connection in the trees when your avatar is when the soul has decided to return and leave the avatar is the synergy. The high yielding fruits and food that have the seeds of our being is the synergy. The synergy between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the synergy. What it is that we are experiencing now is a divine feminine frequency, the primordial frequency, the creation frequency that is here now to restore, to correct, and restore. It's neither male nor female. It's a frequency. And I just wanted to put that out there this rising so that we can now start to become in tune with the true aspect of our being and have a visual of understanding of what truly is versus what it is that they want you to see and believe, the falsities of what they see, what you see with these eyes. The synergy. The divinity of the synergy. The true connection of who you are to all things that are of you, that is you. To give you an idea, to give you a visual, this is about the only thing that I can think of in this moment. Go to the Michael Jackson video, right? Can you feel it? Whereas when they clap their hands, the energies just from the clapping of your hands, the synergies of the synergy of the energies that comes together when you clap your hands. Go look at that video. All right? Michael Jackson was very, 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 very esoteric. He was very, very metaphysical. He was in a knowing of the true authenticity of himself, and he ridiculed this system in many, many different ways. All of his gestures that he did on stage in terms of his phallus and different things, he understood the power behind that. And he created a mockery of the very thing that they created a mockery of us. There are many different hidden things in his positions of what he would do in his music and in his dance, because he understood what was transpiring at the time. So he tried to put the messages in his music in hopes that one day, even though he is still here in very powerful energy that is still here, that we would understand what was being conveyed in his artistry. There are many of us that have left many clues behind for us to make the connection. There are many of us. Many of us. So take a look at that video. Can you feel it? Ashe. It has already been reclaimed. The primordial frequencies and energies of creation is here. The creation, not create, the creator energy. The creator energy that created creation is here. The creator energies and frequencies. Remember, creator energy and frequency just is. There are no words that can explain it. And the creation aspect of our being is being energetically restored. Know thyself and understand the power that is within you and the synergy and the synergy that you have within you. That is the new world order. The synergy of all the connections that we have on this plane. And if it doesn't have any choice but to be. Understand that. Come back into the knowing of thyself. I get into these early inspirational risings with you all, and it becomes very difficult, for me to leave you because I am so passionate about my connection to you. But I am going to go inside. And the thing of it is, about one more thing before I depart. See yourself in the world that you want to reside in. See yourself there. Because the power for you to manifest it is. You are. Always remember that. It just is, and you just are. Peace and love to all of you. I love you immensely. You are everything, and everything is you. Understand the synergy to all that is created. The synergy to creation. Understand that you are opulence. You are abundance. You are greater than any lie that has ever been told to you. You are greater than your traumas. You are love. You are power. You are everything, and everything is you. And because I have the understanding, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding to understand that aspect of your being, I salute to the divinity within you, and I will always see you in your highness, because I know that your highness exists. Peace and love to you all. Have an amazing day. I love you. And it's the synergy in our divinity. And the true power on this plane is the synergy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Know thyself. Know thyself, know who you are. Peace, and I love you immensely. Have an amazing day. Love you guys.